Couy, it's fantastic to have you here.
I appreciate you having me very much.
So, I've been speaking with bikers for Trump. I've been speaking with Latinas just moments ago for Trump.
Yes, sir.
I've been speaking with all sorts of different groups of folks for Trump. You're the first cowboy for Trump that I've come across.
Yes. Yeah. I guess. I guess we're the only organization that's founded by cowboys, but it's been a great movement. I think you could call it. It's a grassroots movement to be a part of. The whole movement just started just with a gut idea, and as being a believer and following my faith, I believe all great ideas come from God. So I give all glory to God as far as where I'm at today and how this whole project's going to move forward.
So, Couy, tell me a little bit about who's a part. Are these actual real cowboys doing cowboy things?
Real deal.
See, we don't. I live in the big city.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a lot of cowboy. We don't have actual. We have people wear a cowboy hat once in a while.
Sure.
That's not a cowboy for me.
No.
Right? You're talking
No.
about actual cowboys. Tell me a little bit about that.
Whenever I first started this, I just called out. My first vision was to have 50 guys horseback carrying 50 flags of each respective state in the continental United States, but I didn't get the response that I was hoping for. I just put the idea up on Facebook, on a Facebook page,
Right.
and so with not getting the response, then I narrowed it down to 25. And by the time the 15th of February rolled around, I knew we had to be horseback on the 15th. That was whenever our president was going to come back under the gun, and whenever he was going to take the measures to secure our borders in a state of New Mexico where I live, which is directly affected.
So this is personal.
That's correct. It's personal. So I have so much respect for the president and for his representation of the people in rural America. So going back to the call out, whenever the 15th rolled around, I had 13, including myself. There was 12 people that responded, and there's no way that I could have handpicked a better group of people than what the Lord picked for us. And I believe it's also fairly symbolic as well to have 13 of us, because later on this summer, whenever we do another ride, which I might have the opportunity to share with you the story of the cowboy hat that we're bringing to the president. But we're going to do it again this summer. I spoke to the president 4 or 5 days ago on the telephone for like 30 minutes.
Fantastic.
Man. It was awesome. But the president invited us to come back to the White House, and my schedule wouldn't allow on the next day. I'm a county commissioner in Otero County, Holloman Air Force Base, greatest county in the state of New Mexico. But whenever we ride in this summer, we're going to have. The president told me on the phone, I said, we'll bring you that hat this summer when the weather's a little nicer and we have a little bit more organization behind us. He said, Couy, that would be awesome. He goes, if you do that, I've got 20 acres in the South Lawn and the gate will be open for you guys when you get here. Yeah.
I can just see the picture.
Oh, yeah. And,
what is the hat? Tell me about the hat.
Yeah, one of our cowboys that rides with us, Ramey Harper, he has Harper Hat Company in Farmington, New Mexico, and he builds cowboy hats. So Ramey responded to the call and wanted to ride with us, and a day or two later, Ramey called me up and said, Couy, I think I'm going to build the president a cowboy hat. I said, man, that would be the coolest gift we could bring him, Ramey. So Ramey built a hat, and we intend to give it to him. There's been plenty of folks that have come to me and said, well, Donald Trump is from New York. He's a businessman. He's not a cowboy. And I've responded to him. I've said, Donald Trump's a cowboy at heart, and there's never been another president in office that is more deserving of a cowboy hat than the president we have in office right now. So it's a great honor. It's very symbolic from our community to bring the president a hat because he's earned that hat. He's earned our respect. Whenever the president first took office, I can only speak for myself, but I think there was many others like me that were kind of unsure.
Sure.
We kind of sat back and we kind of were unsure of exactly the kind of president that he was going to be or the decisions that he was going to make. But I'll tell you this much: over the course of the last 2 years, he's earned our respect. And
what are the issues that are the ones that are most important to you and your group?
The most important issues to us would be border security, our Second Amendment rights, and probably most importantly, the life issue that's going on today. I don't
Which
think,
is probably this, there hasn't been a presidency that's been this strong on that issue, as far as I
yes,
recall.
and I
Yeah.
tell you, he just needs to get stronger, and I believe that he will, because the life issue, this late-term abortion issue that's going on in America today, is nothing short of a modern-day Holocaust, as far as I'm concerned. And just as the Nazis, the Germans in Nazi Germany devalued the lives of the Jewish people to the point that they would march them into gas chambers and exterminate those lives. The same thing is happening today with our unborn. The liberal left wants to just say that that little baby's nothing more than a lump of cells, and you can rip it apart in the last stage of pregnancy. And that lump of cells those are precious, the most precious babies that we have. And to think of the slaughter of them in the womb, in a place where there should be no greater protection for a baby is in its mother's womb. That should be in our lifespan from the point of conception to death. The safest place that we should be in that span should be in our mother's womb. And to think of the liberal left being in favor of slaughtering unborn in the womb, it's getting to the point now where, something's got to be done. And the Supreme Court needs to act on it. The Supreme Court needs to get off of their butts and do what's right for the people. So John Roberts, Kavanaugh, the rest of the gang in there, if you're listening to this program, do what's right. Overturn Roe v. Wade and protect the most innocent lives in our society, because if you don't do it, you're going to go down in a shameful manner, and your legacy will be a legacy left of judges that supported killing little babies. So do it.
Powerful testimony, Couy. Thank you very much.
Hey, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.